Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 2025 Summer Institute Demo Day. We're excited to have you join us. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day to join us in celebrating such a special occasion. I'm Amanda Nielsen, the Program Coordinator at the J. Herbert Smith Center. It is truly an honor to be part of this incredible program. Before we begin, we would like to respectfully acknowledge that UNB stands on the unsurrendered and unceded traditional Wolastoqey land. The land of the Wabanaki people are recognized in a series of peace and friendship treaties to establish an ongoing relationship of peace, friendship, and mutual respect between our equal nations. The river that connects our two campuses is known as the Wolastoq, along which live the Wolastoqey, the people of the beautiful and bountiful river. Wolastoq is also called the St. John River. Every year, we receive dozens of applications for our accelerator programs, but in order to provide the best experience and to deliver meaningful support, we're only able to accept a select few. This year, we received many strong applications, and from those, we have chosen 6 outstanding teams to take part in the 2025 Summer Institute cohort. All the teams here today are based in Fredericton, New Brunswick. Hungy, Mully Swing Solutions, DeepRem Labs, Sea Green Solutions, Rocket Rank, and Wellabit. Please give a round of applause to these fantastic entrepreneurs that you will hear about today. Over the past few weeks, the companies have worked intensively to get where they are today. They have been evolving their ideas, acting on feedback, improving their products, financial models, and sales pitches. It's amazing to see how far they have come and how much they have grown in such a short period of time. Today, we invite you to join us in celebrating their achievements. Before the presentations begin, I would like to welcome Dr. Paul Mazeral, President and Vice Chancellor of the University of New Brunswick, to the stage.
Thanks, Amanda. I think this is on. Nice to see everybody. Welcome. It's always a great afternoon to be here, to be part of this opportunity to experience Demo Day, the Summer Institute, the entrepreneurs, and just to see the great minds and the creativity and the work that's going on. So good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to UNB. It's a real privilege and pleasure to be here. And it is a special day. It's a special day for a lot of reasons. Because we get to hear about these wonderful startup companies and the chances to be inspired by their hard work and their great work. But it's also a special day because it's Igor's birthday today. Where's Igor? Happy birthday, Igor. It's amazing. All of that in 27 years. So look, as leaders in entrepreneurship and innovation, UNB is delighted to host the 12th cohort of the Summer Institute program of the J. Herbert Smith Center for Technology, Management, and Entrepreneurship. As many of you know, this Startup Accelerator has been providing this program, innovative program, to support creative entrepreneurs since 2014, over 10 years ago. This year's participants includes more than 71 companies including this year's participants, there's been 71 companies go through this program. And there's no doubt that these new companies and those that you'll hear from today play a vital role in strengthening the economy of New Brunswick, particularly in a challenging economic climate that we're all experiencing. And had a time to think about this, and just to go off script for a moment, I mean, where would New Brunswick be? Where would Atlantic Canada be without its entrepreneurs? We are a community that thrives on the entrepreneurial spirit we see throughout our regions. I mean, where would New Brunswick be without the Cooks or the McCains or the Irvings or the Olins and on and on and on and on and on. So there is a story of our province and our region is a story of entrepreneurs. And so now more than ever, the work that you do, the work that entrepreneurs do, make a material difference to our community, economically, socially, and culturally. And we know that for people from Canada and people from away, this is something that's really important for our economy and our community more generally. There was a study recently that illustrated that 60% of the startups that come out of universities in Atlantic Canada are for people from away, from students who come to Canada. So all of that to say is Our community needs entrepreneurs. We value entrepreneurs. The work you're doing is inspiring individually, but collectively, regionally, and nationally. And we want to commend you for the work you're doing. So the entrepreneurs behind these 6 New Brunswick companies have been working very hard, and I understand they're very resilient. This is an up and down journey, we know, as entrepreneurs. We're very excited to see the results of their months of planning and preparation. And I'm proud that these teams chose this accelerator to learn and to grow. So this is a wonderful team we have at UNB to help facilitate acceleration and to help your success journey be stronger and longer. Because the work's important. It's important for you, it's important for your families, but it's important for our community. So we want it to be a joined up success. So all the hands-on experience is really instrumental in helping to create real solutions to benefit our community, again, economically, socially, and culturally. So to the companies that are here, the 6 of you, look forward to seeing all that you can accomplish today and in the years and months ahead. So congratulations, and we wish you every success into the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mazeral. Now I would like to welcome Dr. Dhirendra Shukla, Chair at J. Herbert Smith Center for Technology Management and Entrepreneurship, to say a few words.
Thank you, Amanda. What is special, particularly special about this year's Summer Institute, we're calling it the Summerish Institute. We tried to make sure the demo day is before, stealing Brian's line, before the first snowfall. So, quite excited to be at this juncture that we are celebrating the demo day. But in a way, it's just the start of the journey for many, many entrepreneurs. And it takes a village to support entrepreneurs, to get them to a point that they can actually go out there and make a massive impact. So this is a community that's come together to support entrepreneurs. And 2 of the entrepreneurs that put their hand up to help them get to this point is Curtis Kennedy and Sam. I don't know where he is, but Sam, incredible individuals, gave the amount of time, energy, passion, and commitment they had for the program is unbelievable, because I really never showed up to anything, right? I was just at the background supporting and helping. And Amanda, thank you very much. Amanda, Dom, and everyone that played a key role. And obviously not forgetting Igor, the birthday boy. He's always behind the scene doing a lot of interesting things. Paul mentioned the importance of entrepreneurs. And it's a lonely journey. It's a hard journey. Why we build and believe in a cohort model and surround everyone with entrepreneurs is because you can be a champion and help and support each other through the journeys of when you're going through those up and down. When you're going up, everyone should be cheering you on as a community, and we are there for you. And when things are going wrong, we are there for you, even harder and even stronger, because that is when you need us the most. And that is at the core of what the center is all about, is we will be there no matter what happens. And Dom says it all the time, that once you're connected to the center, you're stuck with us for life, right? All that being said, I also wanted to thank Paul. Paul has been a staunch supporter of entrepreneurs, a massive supporter for everything that the center has done, the university has done, for entrepreneurs, the community is doing, the Atlantic Canadian. I don't know a time when Paul hasn't come to a demo day. And can't thank him enough for the hard work, dedication, and commitment he's demonstrated for entrepreneurs. So thank you very much. Thank you, Paul. I've said enough. Amanda, back to you, and I see Big Boss written there. So you know how much I hate that word. But back to you.
I would like to take this time to ask Curtis Kennedy, who is an entrepreneur in residence, to come to the stage and introduce the teams. Curtis has been working very closely with the cohort, mentoring, providing feedback, and supporting them through this journey. Curtis?
Can I get a woo? Woo! All right. Well, this is a bit of a full circle moment for me. I was in the Summer Institute in 2017. Sam, we're co-mentors together. He was in it in 2018. And it really was the kickstart to both of our journeys. And this isn't about us or what happened, but just as a way to demonstrate what the center did for us to kick us off. Sam went on to raise $14 million of venture capital after the Summer Institute. My company SimBody, we grew to 300,000 customers, and it all started right here with people like Dorinda Shukla, Paul, and just the J. Herbert Smith Center, Dom, everybody that just believed in us. I've cried on Dom's shoulder, and he was my first customer actually. He gave me a $40 bill. There was no taxes done on that one, but it's really incredible what's going on here. It's unique across Canada and across the world, and just it's such a tightly knit community. And like Dorinda said, once you're part of the summer, it's like you never leave. So it's been an absolute pleasure. I know I can speak for both Sam and I to work with all these companies. Just brilliant people, and it's been a lot of fun. So the first company that we're going to welcome to the stage is Sam from Rocket Rank, and I learned a lot from Sam. He's a coder. Since he was 13, he was doing computer programming. He actually decided, let's just skip school and just become a programmer. So that's interesting. I'll let him tell you more about that. But I didn't know, but writing blog posts can increase your web traffic by up to 55%, and we never did it. We could have gained millions of dollars a year probably if we were just writing blog posts. So Sam is here to tell you today about the new technology that he's created to help automate that. So welcome to the stage, Sam.
How about now? There you go. Oh my God, thanks, Curtis, for the introduction. You kind of stole my lines, but man, there's more of you than I thought as well. And I'm a nervous presenter, so let's see how this goes. So hi, everyone, I'm Sam. I'm with Rocket Rank. But what actually is Rocket Rank? Well, Rocket Rank is your blog on autopilot. So it'll write high-quality blog posts for you. But before I talk about that, I want to talk a little bit about myself and how this actually became a thing. And as Curtis mentioned, I actually started programming when I was 13, and I didn't actually go to school until I was 16. Reason being, long story short, when my parents immigrated to Canada, there were some issues getting me into school, so they just decided, okay, well, I'm not going. So, but because I'd been programming for a while, I knew that I wanted a job in programming. So I told my parents one day, I want to go to school, I want to get a degree. So at 16, grade 11, I go to school, no prior education, and I do really well. And fast forward a little bit, and then I make it to university. And actually, just this year, I graduated with a degree in computer science. So, thank you. And then, so during my time in university, I created two notable pieces of software. One of them was a Chrome extension called Disney Plus Party. And put simply, what that does is synchronize your viewing experience when you're watching from two different computers 10,000 miles away on Disney Plus. And I created this just before COVID hit. So you can see, given the nature of the Chrome extension and everyone's stuck inside and separated, it actually blew up and it got around 100,000 people using that extension. So I made quite a lot of money from it and eventually sold the extension to a different business just before Disney made their own Watch Together feature. So perfect timing for me. And then near the end of my university career, I created another app called Flipify. And what Flipify does is send you notifications for new items when they're posted on Facebook or Craigslist or eBay. I was looking for a car on Facebook Marketplace, but I didn't want to keep refreshing the feed. So I created this, and I figured other people would want to use it too. Now, this one is a bit more of a niche app, so it was a little harder to get users on there. So I was looking at ways to get more people on there. So one of the ways that I found was blog posts, because according to HubSpot, websites with blogs get about 55% more traffic than websites that don't. And another fun fact is only 0.6% of people go to the second page on Google. So it's really important to get, higher ranking on your website so you land on that first page. So this is where RocketRank comes in. I am lazy. I didn't want to write the blog posts. I wrote about 2 before giving up, and I decided to automate it. So I created a little bot to do some research and then write the blog post and then publish it on my website automatically. And you can see that the results kind of speak for themselves. This is my Google Search Console, and what this is the website traffic and the number of clicks. And you can see right there, that's when I started automating my blog. And you can see the impressions and the clicks blew way up. So I got 300,000 impressions, 4,000 clicks, and this app is now paying for my rent and paying for all my expenses. So it really worked, and this is where RocketRank comes in. RocketRank is automating your blog posts, so you can rank higher, and you can get more customers, and you can save time. Now, I have a quick little demo here for RocketRank, just so you can have a better idea of what it does. Hopefully it works here. So you go and enter your website, and you press Launch Business, and it gets all the information that it needs, just so it knows what you do and what you need to write blog posts. You go into your calendar, you go and you schedule content. So you select the days you want content on, and then you can see it's generating some ideas now, and you can go ahead and write one of them. So you give it a couple minutes, it does some research, and then it'll write your article for you. And you can see here, it's got references, it's got images, everything that you need for a good blog post. And you can go ahead and press the edit button, and then press publish. And now that's on my website. Took less than a minute, and you can do as many as you want. So how much is this going to cost? So monthly, it costs about $139 a month, which is in line with some of the competitors. You get 30 articles every month, so that's one every day. And you get integrations with platforms like WordPress, Framer, Notion, and a bunch of other platforms. The market plan is really simple. Right now, I'm posting to a bunch of directories like Product Hunt, Beta List, just to get people aware of it. And then the plan is to run some Google and Meta ads. I actually was running some Meta ads for the last 2 days, and I already have 2 people in trial, so they're using the website right now, which is really cool. And then I'm planning to sponsor some niche newsletters that are in the SEO space, as well as some influencers that are also in the SEO space. I'm going to briefly talk about some of the competitors, but I'll be really quick with this. So some of the tools, they're really complex, like SEO AI and Server SEO. They're more for corporations or agencies or larger businesses. So they're more complex than what I'm going for. I'm going for small to medium-sized businesses where it's super simple to get started. And some of them have really confusing pricing. Some platforms charge per word, so it's really confusing. Like you don't know what you get at the end of the month. You don't know if you get do I get 100 articles or do I get 10? So mine is really simple. You get 30 articles. You know what you get, and it's focused on small to medium-sized businesses. So right now, what I'm asking for is connections. I'm looking for mentorships or just to onboard the first couple users. So if you're interested or you know anyone that might be interested, you can find my contact information right here. And you can scan the QR code and just look at the website. So that's it for me. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, if you have a business, I'm assuming that you're going to be going to get Rocket Rank because, why wouldn't you? 55%, great number. Does anyone like golf in here? Woo! Same. Yeah. I think the reason that people love golf so much is it's a very unique game in the sense that it's a game that you're playing against yourself. There's no teammate. It's just you against your mind when you're on the course. And I'm one of those golfers that will put a camera behind me and try to understand what's wrong in my swing plane and this and that and the other thing. But not really until I started working with this next group, Mully, did I truly understand the importance, the importance of your grip and how it drives everything in the golf swing. Mully is a group of guys that are dedicated to making it so that everyone can understand their grip in sports across the board, and they've promised to get me to scratch golf next summer. So, without further ado, Mully.
Thanks, Curtis. Appreciate that. So hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and we are Mully. We're helping golfers get better one grip at a time. So when you look at these three sports here, golf, hockey, tennis, there's one thing they all have in common. That being that the only connection athletes have between themselves and their piece of equipment is through their hands. Now, Jack Nicklaus, one of the best golfers of all time, is quoted as saying, "A good grip allows everything in the swing to happen naturally." Now, if any of you guys have ever gone for a golf lesson yourself or gone down a YouTube video rabbit hole on the topic, you'll know that a lot of the time, one of the first things you're taught is hold the club like it's a baby bird. Now, I don't know how many of you have actually held a bird like this. I know I haven't, or not. It's not an everyday occurrence. So this is often a very complicated example for people, and they can't really grasp this simple example. Trainers have told us this is often one of the biggest barriers when they're with a new client. Not only is this hard to understand for beginners, but it's also not exactly true. There is some recent research into the golf grip pressure context, which relates professional golfers compared to amateurs and beginners. And it actually suggests that professionals grip the club harder before they've taken their swing and vary their grip pressure less over the course of their swing, contrary to beginners who maybe like they've been instructed are very loose with their grip pressure and then clamp down on the club at the top of their swing, preventing them from making a smooth swing, causing their ball to slice or hook. So then in summary, the problem is that people don't know, they can't tell the difference between what they feel in their hands and what's really being applied to the club, and they can't keep track of their grip habits over the course of the lesson.
Yeah, and so this is where Mully comes in. With our custom grip and companion app solution, we're providing golfers and coaches access to data they've never had before. Taking a look at the grip, we can see it looks but also feels just like any standard grip. However, underneath, there is an embedded array of pressure sensors and a motion tracking system that connects seamlessly to our companion app. This companion app receives and saves data and then uses it to calculate meaningful swing insights for the user. So users will have access to live grip and swing motion data, making any training environment more interactive, while at the same time revealing key swing insights that were previously hidden. So it's not just about measuring your swing, it's about making any training environment more interactive and adaptable to you, helping you fix your swing on the spot.
Yeah, and if we take a look at the current players in the training aid market, we can separate them into two key categories. The first would be fixed indoor simulators, like we see on the left, characterized by companies like TrackMan. The second category would be the on-club attachments, like we see on the right, which we can characterize with companies like Blast Golf. If we take a little closer look at what these companies offer, we can see that they both feature swing motion capture, like us, with Blast Golf also being portable. However, they're both lacking in our key differentiators of haptic feedback, which we will be incorporating into our grip, and the grip strength metrics. Our value proposition relies on three key pillars, those being our grip strength measurements, our swing motion capture, and perhaps most importantly, the beginner-friendly feedback that will combine all the data we're collecting so that we can work with both new players and veterans of the game. When it comes to selling the product, we're targeting two key customer segments. The first would be coaches and teaching professionals, essentially anybody who's helping others improve at the game of golf. The second customer segment would be the amateur players. People like ourselves, not necessarily professionals, but anyone who's looking to invest in their game and get better over time. This represents the much larger portion of the market, where in the US alone, there are nearly 30 million golfers, and they're spending nearly $3 billion a year on their equipment and training needs.
In terms of how we'll capitalize on this revenue potential, it starts by using our existing Shopify storefront to sell the device online while partnering with local golf coaches. And then in addition to this, we'll be using our companion platform in conjunction with a freemium revenue model to generate continuous revenue from existing users. And once we establish our online presence, we'll move into traditional brick and mortar retail stores such as Golf Town, Dick's Sporting Goods, or PJ Superstore to increase the touch points for golf consumers. In summary, the device itself will come in at a price of $700 USD per unit, while the premium version of the app will come in at $15 USD per month. This premium version of the platform provides users with AI-driven insights and performance tracking that aren't accessible in the base version of the app. While we are focused on golf right now for the moment, we see potential to expand this grip technology into other sports, such as tennis, baseball, or pickleball. We're especially excited about the potential for pickleball since it's one of the fastest growing sports on the planet right now. The team behind all this is made up of 4 recent engineering graduates, all here from the University of New Brunswick. We're passionate about the sport of golf and helping others get better through technology. And while we do make up the founding team, there's a lot that goes on in the background. We've been fortunate enough to work with a plethora of startup mentors during our time here at the university, one being David Wagner, who has been a mentor of us for the past couple of years now. And in addition to this, we've been fortunate to work with the local golf coaches, such as Barry Gorley. Industry mentors like Barry have helped identify the need for a product like this. And since we've identified the need, we need to validate that our solution is fitting the needs of these customers. To do this, we'll be launching our first pilot test in January 2026. In parallel with this, we'll be collecting pre-orders and letters of intent. And finally, we'll continue to look into potential strategic partnerships with established brands, such as Mizuno Golf, who we've been in contact with and see as a future partner in the research space through their Mizuno Engine program. We're seeking $250,000 in the form of, from angel or pre-seed investment in the form of a SAFE agreement to support these activities. This will go towards Moly's next 9 months of development, pilot testing, and pre-orders. We'll be taking the feedback we get from our pilot testing into account to prepare for our first launch at the end of these 9 months. With that, we just want to say that Moly is very excited about the future of golf training technology. That's why we're not just improving swings, we're changing how golfers approach their game, one grip at a time. Thank you, everyone.
Right on, right on. The next company is, even though it doesn't apply to golf necessarily, it could be useful. I used to be very nervous about presenting in front of crowds, and my dad, who's actually in the room, I won't show you where he is, you can do the Where's Waldo, you know, but he always used to say, breathe through your stomach. And like a lot of things, I said, Dad, you know what you're talking about, whatever. Like, but then I started working in this cohort with Kartik, who's created a company called Wellabit, which emphasizes the power of breath and its ability to reduce cortisol levels in your body. And I don't know about you guys, but I could really do with being less stressed all the time. So the guy to do it, right over here, Kartik.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kartik, and I'm from Wellabit. So I'd like to share my journey of how Wellabit started. So I've always been this high-flying tech entrepreneur, working hard, burning out. And 3 years back, this is what happened. I got diagnosed with a severe irritable bowel syndrome, and it went into a very severe stage wherein I wasn't able to eat, I wasn't able to work, I wasn't able to sleep, and I was losing weight. I lost almost like 20 kilos in 3 months, and I met many doctors, almost like 5 doctors, a lot of endoscopies, and I tried everything, but nothing worked. Herbs, supplements, different medications. And one doctor eventually told me that, Kartik, the problem is not your gut, it's your stress. And that was the moment I kind of thought that I could start working on the discovery of stress. And I started working on it. And today, here I am. I've reversed my condition completely. I've healed my IBS condition. And from that journey, I started Velobit. So we all know today that stress is a global crisis. There have been people who have been, millions of people are going through the stress crisis, and there are more than 35 plus classified diseases which are irreversible, like autoimmune to cancer, which are caused due to stress. And there is a cost. People are paying for it, and even governments are spending billions of dollars for stress. But here's the question. We all have been tracking steps. We track our calories, our body weight. And that's where we see progress, right? And my question was, when I was going through this journey, I wanted to see progress. I wanted to know if I'm getting better. I wanted to know if there's anything which is changing inside. And this piece was missing. And that's why I built Velobit. And this is what we do. We are bridging the gap. We are science-packed. We track your stress, we train, and we transform you. And that's your journey. So real quick on the science part, we are having heart rate variability as one of the key features, which is we are pulling from all the wearables, starting with Apple, and which is the gold standard for stress. There are 25,000 plus journals which have been written. The military uses it, functional doctors use it, and now we are making it mainstream with Velobit. And this is how it works. So we are pulling the data from Apple Watch. We are showing the heart rate variability data. And then the whole day you could measure how your stress is happening in your body and the numbers that reflect over there. And breath work. We all know that breath work has an impact on stress. And we've heard like what Curtis said. But we always doubt, right? And that's why we don't do it. That's where we differentiate. What we are showing is when you breathe, we are shifting the data in real time. We are showing what's happening inside. And that's what our users love. As soon as you see your stress, your data moving and changing, you get motivated. And that's the feedback loop that we're bringing in Velobit. And no one is doing in the entire wellness ecosystem. We're the first one to kind of bring this kind of real-time data modulation and showing that what's happening with your internals. And the traction is proving it. We have right now 35 plus users in the alpha phase. Out of this, we have 55% daily active users. The classic averages in the industry, in the wellness apps, is around 2 to 5%. 3 to 5 people are using 3 to 5 sessions every day. And 63% people have reported feeling better after the first session. And we just finishing our alpha launch. We are heading towards our beta. We are taking feedback. We are adding more kind of insights, more power-packed features. And eventually in Feb, we are planning to have our launch and make this product global. So whom we are kind of trying to serve? We are trying to serve the health-conscious consumers who want to track their health, who want to see something measurable, and who want something that actually works. And that's Velobit. And we're using a very simple pricing plan, which is a freemium pricing model. So you can download the app from the Apple Watch. That's the first place wherein we are putting this product. You could download the app. You can download content. You can play with it, and you can see the stress changing. For the advanced analytics is where we are bringing the freemium model when you're paying $9.99 a month. And on the way, we're also building momentum. So we are doing a research partnership with UNB, wherein we're working on heart rate variability and stress research. So that gives us this whole scientific validation. And then we have we are part of the ecosystem wherein we are now part of Summer Institute, Volta, Propel, and this gets us access to early customers, mentors, and all the early supporters in this journey. So let me quickly introduce the team. This is me with 15 years of product engineering experience and 3 years of stress. And I have Matthew, who takes care of the content and growth, an amazing team who's building the whole product. And we are on a mission. The mission is to train Calm for millions of people. So we are inviting early users, team members, and well-wishers on this journey. So if you would love to have a chat, we are around and would love to talk. Thank you so much.
Deep breath. The next company is solving a problem that I'm very fortunate in my life to never have been subject to, and that's food insecurity. But it's one of the problems that affects our world most frequently, and it impacts every corner of our world in a really drastic way. Groceries, as we've all had exposure to, are getting way more expensive than ever before, and homeless rates are rising, and the simple act of getting a meal is becoming challenging for a lot of people. And while there's not much we can do as individuals to influence grocery prices and federal resource allocation, Hungy has figured out a way to potentially stimulate the efficiency and effectiveness of food organizations to really increase their output in a way that just hasn't been done before in our region and beyond. They're two really, really brilliant founders, and I know they're going to be incredibly successful. So welcome to the stage, Hungy.
Thank you so much, Curtis. My name is Sarah. This is Vivek. I'm in my 3rd year of mechanical engineering right now. Vivek's in his 3rd year of computer science. And beyond going to school, we are co-founders of Hungy. We're going to get started. So hunger isn't just a feeling. It's exhaustion. It's distraction. It's a constant feeling of not knowing where your next meal will come from. This is the daily reality of 1 out of 4 Canadians right now. But this isn't just about hunger. This is about a broken infrastructure. The truth is that we don't lack food. We lack systems to get this food to people who need it the most. Currently in Canada, there are 61,000 food assistant organizations, and that is nearly 4 times as many as grocery stores that we have over here. And yet, Second Harvest in its 2025 report said that this food network is unrecognized, unorganized, and disconnected. And the real reason behind that is that this current system is failing. And the answer to that is that currently in Canada, the food relief systems are based on papers. Donations have been taken down on papers, slips are being given out on papers, and every aspect of this efficiency of these organizations is managed on papers. There are systems that are broken and outdated, and they do not talk to each other. And at the same time, whenever one of these data points go missing, there is loss in funding, there is loss in impact, and there is loss of meals that go out. As a result, these organizations are spending hundreds of hours trying to combat this administrative task instead of feeding people.
And so that is... Hello. Okay, let's retry. And that is why we created Hungy. Now, Hungy sits at the center of food relief, connecting all the different aspects of it, from intake, reporting, distribution, volunteers, logistics, and all forms of data into a living, breathing system. There you go. And so on the ground, Hungy replaces paperwork with one simple app. Now over here, staff can come in, record donations, plan their day, and track distributions. Volunteers can come in and sign up, check in, log hours effortlessly. And through the Hungee adapter, we're now able to automate donation collections. So, saving time and increasing accuracy in moments where there's hundreds of boxes of food donations, but there's not enough time to actually weigh them all. And so all of this data flows into the Hungee dashboard, where every piece of information becomes visible. And so that data turns into strategy, and that strategy turns into funding. And so together, the app and the dashboard close the entire loop. So every action becomes visible, and every effort then becomes measurable. And Hungee's revenue format is pretty simple and it's scalable. We have an annual subscription as well as a one-time onboarding fee, which really depends on the size and the requirements of each organization. And this is exciting news, but Hungee is live with its first pilot partner in Canada. And we've already seen the changes that Hungee has brought with them, right? Faster flow of food, a better management system, more analytical, more clear analytics of their impact, and more importantly, an easier way to get more funding. And our team has not only validated the product, but recently we presented at the Provincial Food Bank Conference 3 days ago. And over there, we saw a real market pull. In fact, it's only been 3 days, and we've already started onboarding 3 more community organizations to work with our platform. And we've also started working with Feed NB, which is the provincial network in New Brunswick of all these organizations. And so we are demoing our product and connecting it with their 60+ organizations. We've also started working with Feed Nova Scotia to focus on expansion with their 150+ organization network. And most importantly, Food Banks Canada has supported Hungee and is now connected us to their national team, allowing for more analysis on Hungee's adoption program, as well as support across Canada for a wider, faster rollout. And so, in this space, there are a lot of tools, right? And all of them manage one independent function, be it volunteers, be it reporting, be it just management overall. But the problem is, hunger isn't just one single problem, right? It's a chain of problems, and it's a system. And when one part of that system fails, the entire system breaks down. And so what happens is Hungee's ecosystem prevents that, right? And for the first time, food relief organizations now have an end-to-end seamless system that actually supports them. And our strength is execution, right? We're engineers and builders, and between myself, Sarah, and our CTO, Manideep, we've built systems that scaled, and we've also built trust in our market, and we've directly seen the problems firsthand. And finally, Hungee powers the invisible infrastructure behind food assistance. So one system, one community, and one meal at a time. Because we're not just fixing food relief, we're rebuilding how the world feeds its people, because the truth is, hunger doesn't wait for anyone, and neither can we. Thank you.
Awesome. The next company, DeepRAM, is near and dear to my heart because if I wasn't running a company when I had the idea, I probably would have tried to start the same company. I, as an entrepreneur, really suffered from the inability to get to sleep. And there's lots of papers that suggest that the brain is an input-output system. If we're influenced by touch, audio, any sense, our brain reacts accordingly. And everyone's brain reacts differently. And so there is an opportunity for something adaptive that learns how our brain reacts to specific input like sound, and over time learn how to get us to sleep quicker and help to keep us there. It's an incredibly interesting company. Alex is an incredibly awesome entrepreneur, solo founder, which I know, respect. But yeah, it's a really cool product. So please welcome Alex to the stage.
Test, okay. When was the last time you got a full night's sleep and actually felt rested? I'm Alex with DeepREM, and we're supercharging your sleep. In 1942, 11% of the adult American population in the US gets 6 hours of sleep per night or less. Today, that number is up to 40%. Insufficient sleep is a serious global health crisis. It leads to increased risk of illnesses and diseases, including cancers and heart disease. It leads to reduced life expectancy and quality of life. And beyond health, it even costs the US economy alone over $400 billion per year due to the productivity lost. This isn't just another inconvenience. This is a serious problem that needs an innovative solution. And that's where DeepREM comes in. We help you fall asleep faster, sleep deeper, and sleep longer. We're developing a sleep enhancement app that connects to your wearables in real time and measures your biometric data, and then also in real time determines your sleeping patterns and plays a sleep enhancing soundtrack that uses research-backed frequencies to enhance your current stage of sleep. And throughout your night, as you transition through your sleep stages, the soundtrack adaptively changes with you. The result is that throughout the night, your sleep is constantly being enhanced, resulting in an overall deeper and more restorative night. So the benefits of this system are that it can help you fall asleep 50% faster. It can help boost your sleep efficiency to help you get 20 more minutes of sleep in the same time in bed. And it can even help you get 35 more minutes of critically important deep sleep, which is a stage that helps your brain repair itself. So looking at the broader social trends, we know that sleep issues have been on the rise since 1942. And people are now turning away from harmful sleep aids and medications towards new innovative solutions like sleep tech, which is a market that's now exploding and is growing at an 18% compound annual growth rate for the next 10 years. And also in the next 10 years, the total sleep economy will be worth almost $1 trillion, while the sleep tech industry alone will be worth $134 billion. So it's a massive opportunity. And like I said before, about 40% of people don't get enough sleep. And with DeepREM, we're focused on capturing the most affected demographics who are willing to pay for the solution. So these demographics are millennials who often prioritize their health, but they work long hours in stressful jobs, as well as Gen Xers who also work long hours in stressful jobs, but they actually lose the ability to generate quality sleep as they age. We'll be offering them a subscription-based app starting at $29.99, and we'll be using primarily a digital advertising strategy to acquire these customers. So unlike other solutions like sleep apps that will play static, non-adaptive soundtracks all night, which don't actually enhance your sleep and can actually interfere with certain stages, or other sleep products that require expensive proprietary hardware, DeepREM will dynamically enhance your sleep throughout your entire sleep cycle with the devices that you already own. So the team is comprised of myself and our developer, Dharmik, and between us we have years of experience at very large companies, medium companies, and a number of small startups. And we're supported by a number of mentors, as well as these organizations beside myself here, including I just completed the MTME program at UNB and graduated this year. And we're also an alumni to the Harvard Health Lab Accelerator Canada program. And insufficient sleep has always been a problem for me. I've always been a very light and restless sleeper, and I found it's been really holding me back from achieving my goals. And that's why I connect so deeply with this problem, and why I'm so motivated to find a solution, not just for myself, but for the thousands and really millions just like me around the world who deal with this problem every night. So we've built our proof of concept model, and we're finishing the MVP this month. And we'll be beginning our closed alpha test on November 24th with a group of closed alpha testers. And we've already had over 90 people sign up to be part of this alpha tester group. And currently, we've also acquired our first paying customer before the product is even live. And we're on track to hit our launch date in February 2026. Looking ahead to the future, in mid-2026, we'll be launching our sound-based sleep staging algorithm, which will be basically using your breathing sounds to determine your current stage of sleep, which will enable a wider pool of people to be able to use the app, enabling us to collect more sleep data to improve our algorithms. Then in late 2026, we'll be launching our reinforcement learning beat generation system, where the algorithm will determine your sleeping patterns and then improve the soundtracks over time to make them more and more personalized and more effective for yourself. Then in 2028, we'll be launching our sleep enhancement hardware system, which will take our pool of existing data and algorithms combined with a novel hardware to enable a higher sleep enhancement efficacy than is possible with a purely software system. But we need your help to help us make this a reality. We're looking for connections to partnership opportunities, such as to sleep labs or to relevant leading experts who could sit on our advisory board. We're looking for qualified early adopters who are willing to champion the product and give us critical feedback to help us build the right features. And we're looking for scaling and growth advice so that when we launch in February, we're not just set up to survive, but we're set up to win. And with that being said, thank you for your attention. I'm Alex with DeepRem, and we are supercharging your sleep.
All right. Last but not least, we have Sea Green Solutions. And they are doing something that is addressing one of the biggest problems of our time, which is the climate crisis. 2015, we had the Paris Accord, where nearly every country on the face of the planet came together with a commitment to their emission goals to keep global climate change below 1.5 degrees Celsius. And it's very sad to say that we are not going to hit those objectives, and there's going to be the loss of significant ecological systems throughout the globe. Studies show that 2 degrees of global change is the point of thermodynamic irreversibility for at a large scale, and will generate wet bubble effect all around our planet and make a lot of places uninhabitable. It is the biggest problem of our time, but we sweep it under the rug. And it is carbon capture technologies is expected to be one of the largest growing industries moving forward into the future, for probably as long as we need it to be. And I learned something remarkable from this team, that we have the tools, the Earth has the tools to capture a large margin of that, and it can also start here in Atlantic Canada. So I think this is a really, really exciting opportunity, and one that could have a really significant impact on our future. So I'll welcome to the stage Sea Green Solutions.
Hello. Thanks, Curtis.
Test.
You're on. How's everyone doing? Good. This has been awesome. So, as Curtis said, I'm Joel.
I'm Marie.
And we are Sea Green Solutions. So, start with a little bit of world history. Every great civilization has had one thing in common, and it's that when their soils die, the rest soon follows. So climate change just compounds this problem. From the Roman Empire to the Maya, these civilizations fell not from war, but from a loss in their soil health. And unfortunately today, we are actually dealing with the same crisis. And without bold action, we risk repeating history. So we lose about 75 billion tons of healthy soil every year. That's like 4 football fields every second gone. Scientists are warning us that if we continue on this path, we could lose 90% of our healthy soils by 2050. And farmers are getting hit really hard with this problem. They're spending an extra $130 billion annually on fertilizer and water just to try to maintain the same crops. So with climate change accelerating, our soils breaking down, and farmers struggling to keep up, the question becomes, how do we fix this? Well, there's already a solution, It's elegant, it's natural, and it's growing in popularity. Biochar. So biochar is a carbon-rich soil amendment that is made through heating organic material in a low-oxygen environment. This dark charcoal-like substance then locks in water and nutrients. It also locks in carbon safely for hundreds of years. So 1 ton of biochar can actually lock in 2.5 tons of CO2 from the atmosphere. And to give you a little idea of what that looks like, that's like the emissions of a plane flying from New Brunswick to Japan. The biochar industry is also growing 12 to 14% annually and is predicted to hit $3 billion by 2032. But we have an innovative, unique, clean, green, and sustainable approach to making our biochar, and that is we use kelp. What is kelp? Kelp is a seaweed, and it grows right here around New Brunswick in the Bay of Fundy. It is nutrient-rich, and actually it grows up to 1 foot a day, making it one of the fastest growing organisms on the planet. It can also, because of this, sequester 20 times more carbon than trees, faster, and it is endlessly renewable. So taking a little closer look at biochar and how it could affect our soils, starting just in Canada, we have around 150 million acres of farmland, and if just 1% of farmers used biochar, we could see a savings of $100 million on fertilizer annually, 10 billion liters of water could be conserved, and 3 million tons of CO2 could be removed from the atmosphere. So, but we're not just, our vision doesn't stop with biochar. Because of kelp's amazing ability to hold carbon, it's very quickly kelp farming becoming the cornerstone of climate restoration.
And this industry is growing really fast, and we want to take the advantage of being a first mover in this environment. And we believe New Brunswick is the perfect spot for that because we have proven we can be successful with the tech industry and innovation can take place here. As well, we have the Bay of Fundy, which is a huge advantage. And we also believe New Brunswick can be the first province in Canada to be carbon neutral, because if we use less than 1% of Canada's ocean area, we can sequester enough that this can be true, or this can be reality with kelp farming. So this is just the beginning of our journey. Let's have a closer look on our three-phase growth strategy. We want to start with early adopters and sell our product in Atlantic Canada. We also want to grow a 5-acre kelp farm. In the second phase, we will sell our product nationwide, and we want to look into carbon credit opportunities and also expand our kelp farm. In phase 3, we want to expand globally and sell our product. As well, we want to be a leader in carbon market worldwide. I believe our greatest advantage is our team. We have 2 PhD candidates in marine biology, Josh and myself. I'm studying seaweed. And we have Joel, a marketing specialist and storyteller. My passion for seaweed brought me to Canada from Germany, and it also started this company. And I believe seaweed, or kelp, has a huge potential, and I think it's time to use it. We secured a seaweed supplier partnership with North Atlantic Organics from PI until we have our own kelp farm. We also collaborate with the UNB Chemical Engineering Department on biochar innovations. And so we built strong regional connections. We also trialed at the Curry's Greenhouse our first round of experiments, and we had positive results with the potatoes. As well, we got letters of intent from the Co-op Country Store, as well from McDougall's, and Scott's has interest. And the biggest thank you goes to the whole team of the Summer Institute. So how can you help? Right now, we're preparing our first round of funding to scale our production and expand the retail partnership and accelerate our R&D. We are also looking for mentors, strategy partners who share our vision for turning ocean potential into climate action. So Sea Green is not just creating just a product. We want to be a part of a climate global climate strategy that heals the soil, captures carbon, and gives the earth time to heal. If past civilizations fell by neglecting their foundation, ours can endure by restoring them and harnessing ocean to leave behind a planet we can be proud to pass on to our children. Thank you.
Thank you.
All these tall people. I must say, I've had the pleasure of seeing their presentations progress through the last couple months, and I have to say, you all did an incredible job. Before we end and begin our network sessions, I would like to thank a few people and institutions. Thank you to the WU Conference Center, Chartwells, and Aurora production teams for all of your support today. A special thank you to our funding partners, Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency, otherwise known as ACOA, and NBIF, New Brunswick Innovation Foundation, for your ongoing support with many of our initiatives. I would also like to thank our entrepreneurs in residence, Sam Poirier and Curtis Kennedy. The teams have highly praised you and really appreciate your support. To our numerous facilitators, mentors, and the JHSC team, I just lost my spot. Thank you for joining us today. And to the cohort, thank you for allowing us to be part of your journey. It's truly a pleasure. Please stick around to network, grab a drink, a snack, and have some amazing conversations with the teams. We hope to see you again at our next demo day. Thank you.
So I'm Don Blakely, and I always do this. I jump up and grab the mic at the end of every session. I am currently the acting managing director of our accelerators, so I want to thank everybody for what they've put into this. The presentations were amazing. Great job, guys. But the main reason I'm up here is to thank Amanda. She thanked everybody else. She jumped into a void and has done amazing work to be able to keep this going and keep Curtis on task. Those who know. So Amanda, thank you so very much. I really appreciate it.